Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Hurrdat Media Network.
Here, Pat and JT. It's Friday again, the last Friday of 2023.
It is. I keep disappearing. I don't know what's going on here. I'm not sure.
I saw something this morning that says today makes you think of the count on Sesame Street. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Not today. That's going to be on Sunday.
Yes, my bad. Today is 1, 2, 2,
1, 2, 2, 9, 2, 3.
3, which means nothing.
Doesn't mean both.
So just copy paste this on Sunday.
The last day of the year is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And to add to that, the new year is starting on a Monday. And I think there's some astrological significance. I don't know if it's a full moon or there's something that goes on with lunar shit and some other things. It's like everything is like, it's like a total clean slate. Like we get that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 kickoff. And then the first of the year, first of the month, but the first of the year is on a Monday. And it's a leap year, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
29 days in February this year.
Yep.
So all your 29th birthdays get to actually have one.
Yeah, right.
Which I think, let me look here real quick. 29th of February is on a Thursday.
I always remember what that is because it's the same year as the presidential election all the time.
Oh, what a geek.
Nerd.
That's very nerdy. I never made that connection.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know me, the book learning.
I never, right?
Yeah.
He goes deep, man.
Mhm.
He goes.
Yep.
I did not even make that connection. That's awesome. I'll never forget it.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So story that I just wanted to bring this up here real quick, just to make you feel old, because that's always fun. You remember the story about Gypsy Rose Blanchard?
Mm-hmm.
That documentary that was made about her mom, Munchausen's. She kept her daughter ill and supposedly lost all of her medical records, kept changing doctors, had her on all kinds of drugs. She was wheelchair bound. The list went on, and this went on forever. And the girl looked like she was 8 years old and she was like 17.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually she started rebelling. If I remember how the documentary went, and then she found a boyfriend, and then she wanted to break free from her mom. And he killed her mom, but she was kind of in on it as well. And she got put in prison. She's getting out. This happened in 2016.
Yeah, time has flown.
And so she was sentenced to 10 years in 2016, pled guilty for her role in the death of her mother, Dee Dee. And so she's going to have served 85% of her sentence in Missouri. And so I think she's actually out now, right?
No, I think she is actually out. Like, was yesterday or the day before she's actually out.
This was on, December 26th. Is that what? Oh gosh, that's really small print. I think that's an 8. Hold on. It is. Okay, I had to put the glasses on. That was an 8. December 28th. This was updated, and she was released 3:30 a.m. So I guess to fake everybody out, and then they announced it the next day after serving 8 years. So she got out this week. Yeah. And she's excited to get out, and she takes full responsibility for everything and feels horrible about her part in it. It's quite the statement about what happened. But then there's a lot of people that are sympathetic to where her head was at the time, considering what she went through.
Yeah, and it's a tough situation. The whole story is a crazy story.
Yeah, it is. That's just nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So out as of yesterday. Thank you, Christina. Yes, I could read the letters or the numbers.
Oh man, there are so many times, especially when you buy little pieces of electronic equipment where the instructions are like this, and you open it up, and the back you're like, "Are you kidding me?" And
Do you take a picture of it and make it bigger?
I could probably look in my trash on my photo album area, and there's probably 10 of them in the last month, and then
I do that on the backs of boxes and like instructions, trying to figure out what size whatever was.
I know.
Thank God. That's the one thing I will say that you didn't see coming when it came to the smartphones. All the amazing things they can do. No, I just wanted to make the print bigger.
Mhm.
I want to blow up the picture. That's all I want to do.
A $1,500 basically pair of reading glasses.
Or yes, yeah, magnifying glass. Make it big. Thank you.
Yep.
I appreciate that. So anywho, so I thought, yeah, that story just kind of caught my attention this week. And I was like, dang, I feel really old. Yeah. Because that feels like it just happened. And when the documentary is on and you watch it, every time it's still spellbinding to me. It's just like, how can somebody do that to somebody? And she wasn't doing it, like she wasn't trying to hurt her, but it got her so much attention.
Yeah. She thought it was, I guess at some point thought it was okay.
And she got on TV shows and
heck yeah. And you get addicted to that?
Yeah.
For sure.
GoFundMe's. I don't even know if she did that. She probably did. Who knows? And then let's see what else was it. Oh, this one came out of Pennsylvania. This kind of freaks me out because you've heard the rumor about this. This is kind of like one of those legendary, legends that you hear about, stories. They're like, did that really happen? Or is it just something that people keeps alive? Somebody found a note in a cereal box. And so the man was opening, what was his, let me see if it tells what kind of cereal he had. Oh, it's Lucky Charms s'mores. And he opened it up and he poured his cereal and a note fell out. And so the story is, they didn't say what was exactly in the note, but here's how the story goes. It says he discovered the note, contacted the FBI. So it must have been pretty serious, whatever it said. A lot of moving parts to the story, but it appears based on research by a couple of news teams and some other investigators that these notes are actually showing up in all types of food. So they've got some grocery store items around Eastern Pennsylvania in particular. So there must be a certain manufacturing plant or a certain batch. I don't know exactly, but he said I poured it out and there was this note all folded up. And he said that when he read the note, he was devastated. And he says, I'm devastated actually on 2 points because number one, the note, which I don't know what it said right off the bat, but the other thing was the fact that somewhere along the assembly line, you don't assume that people have their hands in your cereal when it's being put into the bags before they're sealed.
Yeah, you assume that's all automated, like the whole process is automated.
Exactly. So reading this story is kind of creepy. They said the note was found in one particular grocery store, but they do not believe, and they said it had to happen during production. It didn't happen in the store because it hadn't been opened prior, but they've had other notes also. They decided not to name the store. They didn't want to say where it was purchased or the specific contents of the note, but they did say there were references to current events. So I'm guessing maybe it was like a threat of some sort.
Why wouldn't they tell us what it said?
I don't know. The FBI has it.
I mean,
so there you go.
But they maybe don't want copycats or something. But I mean, I'd like at least let us know what the spirit of the note was. Like, was it like mean?
Yes.
Was it? I'm sure if it was like "Have a great day," they would have said it's "Have a great day,"
or if it was "Help," yeah, something.
Mm-hmm.
They said. Now here's the other thing: there are other reports out there of similar notes being found in sealed cereal boxes, and you'll see there's a string of notes about this or posts about this on Reddit of people who say that they found notes in different brands of cereal. Cryptic notes, also things in chocolate, like sealed things, tea. And a couple of congressmen are getting involved with this with the FBI and the FDA said they're aware of the situation. But the real problem is are they tampering with the food as well? If they're putting a note in there, they could easily put something else in there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. I'd love to know at what point in the process, if it's like somebody throws a whole bunch of notes into the machine that fills the cereal, and then it's because the way I picture it, all folded up like almost like the little triangles that used to play finger football with. That's how I picture it. So if they did that and threw a whole bunch of them in the vat thing, then just kind of find their way down that way.
That could be, or it's in the process of, I don't know. I don't know how the whole assembly works with the bags and the boxes and the cereal and everything else. But it is scary because you do assume because of the way the FDA is anymore and just the process of doing things that they want to eliminate any possibility of contamination of the food products. And it does, if they can get a note in there, what else? And especially things for kids. Yeah, this just happens to be a full-grown man that got his Lucky Charms out and, and called the FBI.
That's probably why they don't want to say anything about the note. Like he's like, dude, just drop it. I don't want you to know. He's probably like a 50-year-old single man getting Lucky Charms. Like, don't say anything. Just let it ride.
Charms s'mores.
Yeah. I put it in there. Never mind. Just kidding.
Yeah, he could have shot, kind of changed it up a little. So I found it in my grape nuts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I found it in my what's that? What's the malto meal? I found it in my malto meal.
Right. But anyway, and then I guess it was like I've heard that before, but you think like people getting clothes and there was something in the pocket or things like that. I don't know. Are you getting alerts on your computer?
No, it's because we are streaming on Instagram now, and it's like I got to monitor it every once in a while.
I'm like, is there a
No,
problem?
no,
Is there an emergency?
It's like clunky because they just got this Instagram connected to what we stream on, so it's like I constantly got to be checking it, and eventually that won't have to happen.
That's okay. It's going well.
I mean, yeah, I think so. I think so. I don't know.
Okay.
It looks like it.
Okay. Of course, according to the professional in the room.
Yeah.
It's okay. Hey, Barb. Good morning. Good. I'm glad you made the live too. That's awesome. Christina also saying that Gypsy, going back to the Gypsy story, she's writing a book or she wrote a book and it comes out in January.
Ooh.
Yeah. Very cool.
Making use of her time in jail.
Right?
Yeah.
Why not? And you're right. No, Barb, this is not my room. This is me disappearing into my green screen. For some reason, my lighting is bad today. I don't know what's going on. I've got a big old ring light up here. Well, see, you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me shadow, but it's not bright enough. This side's very dark. This side, I don't know. I don't know why this keeps disappearing.
Maybe it's just the end of the year. Mercury's in retrograde, whatever.
Some kind of crap like that.
And speaking about cereal, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I'm kind of on a mini wheats kick. Like I don't eat cereal with milk on it. So I love cereal with milk on it, but I don't need cereal with milk on it. But I get mini wheats, frosted mini wheats actually. And
that's funny to me. You avoid the milk, but you like the frosted mini wheats.
Right. Well, yeah, because here's why. We
have different ideas of nutritional stuff.
It'll make sense. It'll make sense. Because for me, like just to maintain this.
Yeah.
This
putting in work.
It's canvas. It's all about calorie restriction for me. Like I can't do. It's just eat less than I take in, or whatever. Eat less than whatever. So the way I do this is that in the morning I get up and I have 3 eggs, and then I get a serving of mini wheats. My favorite pro tip. Here we go. The least flavorful. And okay, I know I get it. They're not the most nutritious things in the world, like from a nutrition standpoint.
Understand. It's okay. Go ahead.
But you know what? It works. So I have 3 eggs, and then I take a serving of the mini wheats. Best ones are Aldi, strawberry or blueberry, or the Walmart brand.
So not even real mini wheats?
Because I have them.
So these are fake. I mean, mini wheats, aren't like mini wheats, right?
I really don't care.
So
people using Ozempic to lose weight. So it's like, I don't really care. If I could use whatever. But then also the Walmart brand of blueberry are great. Anywho, I digress. So then I take a full serving of and those are 22 to 25 of the little biscuit thingies, which is a lot. So I'll eat my eggs in the morning, and then over the course of the next few hours, I just munch. Every once in a while, I'll just grab one as I'm, the bored eating. You just grab. So I'm spreading those calories out all morning long, and I feel like full, whatever, until lunchtime.
Okay.
I love it. That's my cereal jam right now.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, it's more fiber than I was taking in before, and I could potentially 2024 buy a lot less toilet paper. Just saying.
Well, when you get to
slicker than a whistle.
When you get to the ghost poops, that's a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's like there have been a couple times, and not to get graphic on such an early, but it's like there have been some times that I actually questioned if I missed. I'm like, are you like, there's no way that I could put this back on the roll. Like, I could roll it back up. Amazing.
Yeah. The ghost poops. That's an amazing thing. That's awesome, Pat.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to go.
I actually had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and we were just talking about this kind of stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, those aren't like very healthy, right?" He's like, I said, "No, I know." He goes, "I just can't. The whole cereal and sugar thing." I'm like, "I know, I totally get it. I understand." On the record saying it's not the healthiest
it's
thing.
not. It's like breakfast itself even is a scam. When you hear, if your doctor ever says to you, well, you don't skip breakfast, most important meal of the day, that actually was created by back in the day, the owners, the marketing department at Kellogg's, because it's the most important meal of the day. Don't skip your breakfast. That's where that all came from, as a marketing slogan.
Yeah.
And it got so ingrained, no pun intended, but it got so ingrained in the vernacular of talking about it that it became believed to be, that's the truth. That's scientifically proven. It's the most important meal of the day. But actually, breakfast is just breaking your fast. It has nothing to do with morning.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be. So you can eat. So they have breakfast foods. I don't know why, because that's how they market them. So they can sell more of them, right? So you can have eggs for dinner, right? You can love eggs for dinner. But yeah, it's kind of interesting how our minds, we have been programmed or told over and over and over about something. And so that's just a belief system that you have, that's what you eat for breakfast, bacon and eggs, or whatever it may be, bacon and fake mini wheats, or eggs and fake mini wheats. But breakfast is not really, doesn't have to happen before 9 a.m.
That's why it's not weird if you get up and you eat a piece of cold pizza.
No,
it doesn't have to be eggs and bacon. Yeah.
That's just the thing. There's just like so many misnomers, so many ill-conceived notions, we'll put it that way. They're ploys to make you buy certain products for specific purposes, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Throw it out. So there. Let's see here. Oh, did you have something else too? I saw you take a deep breath.
Oh no, I just took a deep breath because I'm fat and I moved.
More mini wheats or less?
More mini wheats.
Yeah. So this weekend, rolling into the holiday weekend, as we know, and so many of us are excited about, it's time for fireworks and gunfire. It's New Year's Eve. So yes, fireworks are legal. And I think it was between, I don't remember. Let me look here real quick. 5 p.m. on the 31st until 1 a.m. on the 1st.
5 p.m. on the 31st, 1 a.m. on the 1st. Okay.
Okay, so fireworks are legal. You have to be 16. If you're under 16, adults have to be present. The police just put this out. Reminder. And the second thing, bullets fired in the air are not allowed.
It is, again, sad that we have to say that, but yeah, it is. That is true.
Because once they go up, they have to come down. People get hurt. So please refrain. I don't want to see any of our friends paying the price.
I'm all about, the fireworks are okay. That very limited time. It's between 11 and 1 or something like that, or midnight and 1. No,
that's
later
where
than
it gets
2 or something.
Yeah,
so,
you just want it to end.
But yeah, right. It's like hard to police that, but I'm okay. I'd rather have that, like New Year's Eve, than the 15 days around the 4th of July.
Oh my God. Yes. I can't believe we so badly wanted to go back to 2003.
Yeah, we do.
Illegal. Make them illegal. Take them outside the city limits. Only done by professionals. You get snakes and sparklers. That's it. Done. But yeah, so yeah, the gunfire. I've never been around anybody that fired off gunshots in the middle of the night on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, me either. I've been around some firework folks, but never the gunshots.
And I've been around some gun folks, and I don't remember any of them just popping off.
Right, same.
Woohoo! Same. I know a few that popped a few tops.
Different.
Them popping off some shots. Well, they popped some shots,
but not those kind of shots.
But not those. Not 9mm. So, so on that note, I do have a couple of things before we wrap things up.
Okay.
We talked about the Google lists of all the things that were Googled this last year.
Yeah.
Before, and one of them that popped up on the list, and I had never seen this before, but apparently under what was Googled this last year, the most Google searches, Google put out this little nifty map of things, and it was just like a short list of things. And one of them was memes that people were looking up. I'd never heard of the Kevin James meme before, which is King of Queens. And
I
that's
haven't
one with his
either.
hands in his pockets and he's kind of smirking
Okay.
and looking. I love Kevin James. I like
Yeah,
King
so
of
do I.
Queens. And for some reason that got to be really popular in the fall. And so there was a ton. So it was in the top 5. And another one was Ohio memes. I don't know why. I'm not sure, but I Googled Ohio memes and hit images. And the very first one I saw is a t-shirt that says things to do in Ohio. Number 1, leave.
Sad.
So I'm a fan now. So I'm going to go with that. But yeah, they've got the Google. If you go on and just like 2023 most searched Google list, and then it'll come up this nice little graph of things, whether it's news stories or celebrity deaths. Matthew Perry, of course, was at the top, but there's a couple 3 on that top 5 list even that you forgot that happened in 23. But then there's also some favorite videos and things like that on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube Shorts, all those other things. But one that I had, and I'm going to share my screen because this is a guy, his account's called Oh My Milo. And he's one of those guys that has, let me see if I can do this sharing screen. Okay. Where's my Oh My Milo? That has one of those dogs that uses the talking buttons.
Hilarious.
I love those.
Yeah.
And there's one dog named Bunny that his owner that got Bunny and Otter are 2 like something doodles. They've got the longest legs. They're beautiful little or big dogs, and they talk really well. And then other dogs and cats, it's insane. You see, and there's even people teaching horses how to use their buttons to talk and understanding the core. It is. It's really cool. This guy, he has a dog and it's called Oh My Milo. And it's him and his dog. He started teaching his dog how to do it. And one day, Bunny's owner commented on one of his videos. And that's what drew my attention to him. And I'm like, okay, we got to share this. So I'm going to share this video and what he's talking about in here. When the dog's hitting the buttons, he's asking for his puzzle. And that's a food treat puzzle that it's a treat tower. So then he wants his puzzle because then he plays with it and he gets treats out of it. So here's how it goes down. Let me pull this up. You can see it. You got it?
Got it.
Okay, here we go.
One thing about having a talking pet is they will let you know how deeply they understand the full meaning of words.
Living room puzzle.
Wait.
Fetch.
Fetch my puzzle.
Well, I don't know who the expletive you think you are talking to. Okay, I don't know how you figured out what fetch mean all of a sudden, but I'm not with it. There's no puzzle because you just ate your Kong, so that means that breakfast is all done. Okay, there's no more eating.
So I'm feeling good, right? I stood up to my bully. Kids don't get punked by no one.
My
Okay.
bully.
But per usual, he gagged me with this new button that he had yet to use until now.
Bruh. That's funny. Amazing. Bruh.
Bruh. I like the one when he's walking out of the room like, I'm not listening, blah, blah, blah. I'm not listening, whatever.
That's funny.
The other one that he did was the dog gagged him on something again, tricked him on somehow. And he said, you just tricked me. And he walked over and he has a laugh button now. So he can hit the button and it goes, ha, 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 ha. And he hits the laugh button and his tail just wags.
Oh my God. That's just so funny. I can't get enough of those. Those are hilarious.
I've tried them. My dogs don't like them. They're like,
Like what?
I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing.
I think it's a good thing. I think it's a really good thing. Cause then when they learn it, then if you would take it away because they keep treat, then
that would be the problem.
Yeah.
Treat.
In the middle of the night. Treat. Bruh.
Bruh.
I have a little video to share too.
Yes.
Earlier this week, we were talking about watching the news at all or local news or whatever. And I don't watch it, but I'll have it on in the background while I'm working, doing stuff to sit on the couch. And I heard it was Christmas morning and I was watching Channel 7, which I like. Those guys do a great job. And I heard something and I'm like, wait, what? Hold on. So I had to rewind it. And I'm like, confirmed that, yes, that is actually what I heard. And I recorded it. So I've got it. This was Jack and Jonah was out. It was the morning, potentially having all this snow, whatever. They were doing road condition updates, whatever. And let me grab this video and then just to kind of set the stage a little bit. And listen to what Jack says to Jonah. Here we go. Okay.
First, we want to talk about the road conditions themselves with Joni Gilmore, who's live out in Fremont. Jonah, Merry Christmas to you. How you hanging?
Merry Christmas.
Okay, can you turn that up a little bit louder?
I can
at all?
try. I
Try
can.
one more time.
I can't. That's
The
as
look
loud.
on his face is like,
I know. That's as
Dude.
loud. That's as loud as it will go. But Nate, hear it.
But first, we want to talk about the road conditions themselves with Joni Gilmore, who's live out in Fremont. Jonah, Merry Christmas to you. How you hanging?
Merry Christmas.
His reaction when he's like, "Oh God, Merry Christmas."
I guarantee you, he had a way better answer in his head.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did.
Well, on that note,
we're
gonna wrap up 23.
Oh my gosh,
Boom.
that's funny. You guys, thanks for joining us this entire year. We'll be back. What, Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday morning.
Tuesday
Yep.
on it. Yeah, we're ready to roll.
So you guys have a safe, happy New Year. By 2023, high 2024.
Yeah,
and we'll see you guys back here in a couple days. Rate
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. That's on Sunday. Just so we know. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Happy New Year, Lori. Thank you, and Happy New Year, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast. It helps everybody else find it, and we would appreciate it. Thank you.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Hurrdat Media Production.